Okay, so last review for the night. Spy Kids 3 or Spy Kids 3D Game Over. I remember this was big. My brother really loved to watch this film. He really loved to watch. He he wanted to watch this movie all the time. We go to my grandma's. I want to watch Spy Kids 3. We'd be at home. I want to watch Spy Kids 3. This is probably the one I watched the most because my brother really want to watch this. Excuse me, I forgot to turn the TV up. It's the Blair Witch. We lost Josh. Okay, enough of that. So, what is the story here? Well, actually, it's a retcon. Yep, they retcon something. Because, apparently, according to this film, Junie Cortez was betrayed by the OSS and left to become a private detective. When was he ever betrayed? I'll answer that. Never. He wasn't betrayed. Robert Rodriguez forgot his own writing in this. If he even wrote... Did he write the last one? Written. Music. Costume designer. Apparently they want to name a costume designer. Written, edited, and directed by Robert Rodriguez. This one, edited and directed, produced. Story and script, Robert Rodriguez. He forgot that Junie wasn't betrayed by the OSS. He just didn't want to live the spy life. That's what it was. For some reason, they decided to retcon that and say that Junie was betrayed by them, which makes no sense. Oh, and by the way, Donegan is now working for the OSS again with his wife, played by Salma Hayek, because, From Dusk Till Dawn was a thing. And speaking of which, George Clooney is back, and I figured out what happened. What I messed up, okay? The first film, he was the director of the OSS. And then, by the second film, he disappeared for some reason. And now he's president. But why did he disappear in the second one? You can't say it was because he became president. Because Christopher McDonald was the president in the second one. Not George Clooney. But George Clooney is back now. And he gets to do a Sylvester Stallone impression. Oh, by the way, Sylvester Stallone is in this film. So technically, it's Sly Mania, but I'm not gonna do that because that'll ruin my review series. But yeah, Stallone is in this, and he plays the Toy Maker, a villain who has a connection to Grandpa. And we have Ricardo Montalban in this film. He's in it a little bit more than he was in the second one, and he plays the Grandpa. So the story here is that the Toy Maker has created this game somehow, and it somehow has a physical version of it, even though he's been stuck in this video game environment for 30 years. Which means he must have had a person on the outside working for him. There has to be. Yeah, they never addressed that at all. I always find that weird that he's been stuck in this game environment for 30 years, and yet he's able to make physical copies, not just one, but multiple, because he's selling them like hotcakes. Physical copies of games. And you know they're physical copies because people are lined up to the wazoo at the game store. And Junie Cortez is brought back into the OSS because Carmen has gone in after the Toy Maker by herself. She wanted Junie to be with her, but he wouldn't answer the phone calls because he's done with OSS because he's been betrayed, even though that's not what happened. And honestly, that's really the only continuity problem in this, is that they say he was betrayed when he wasn't. Otherwise, you got Gertie showing up with a helicopter hair or whatever, and telling her everyone is family. He's like, what do you mean by that? And I didn't know what that means. He go, you know, I got friends that I consider family, even though we're not blood. You know, it's about who you're all close to. And in the climax of this film, we get that. But we'll get to that later. Because I want to talk about the game itself. The game itself, Robert Rodriguez decided to go Star Wars prequels with this. And the entirety of the time they're in the game, even at the climax of this, it's a green screen room. That's all it is. Everything is green screen room where actors are just kind of sitting there like this. Because it's just all green screen. And when I was younger, it was kind of cool. And it still is kind of cool. But now as an adult, you know it's all green screen because of the 3D effect. You got to do the 3D. Yeah. I'm 3D. We got 3D review. Whoa. Whoa. It's 3D. You know? No, I just realized instead of doing a Blair Witch joke when I was going to turn off the TV, I could have said, well, I'm in 3D. But I didn't, because this is just, you know. But, and so many people say, oh, it looks so fake. Well, they're in a video game. It's supposed to look fake. They're in a video game. But while Junie is in the game, he meets 3 programmers. Rez, whose name is only Rez, so they could do "Hi, Rez" joke, which I didn't get to watch it this time, and 2 others. And there's this joke how Rez is cool, and other dude's a nerd, and there's a guy Arnold is strong, and then when you meet him in the real world, they're the total opposite. Meh. And then there's Demetra, who ends up being a program working for the toy maker, but she's in love with Junie, which makes no sense because she's a programmer, and she's a program, and programs are programmed to do what you tell them to connect and fall in love. It makes no sense. And that's never made sense. Speaking of not making sense, let's talk about the guy. So there's a mystery surrounding the guy, which is in the title of Game Over, there's a silhouette of a person that they've called the guy. And because Junie stands in that silhouette at part of the game, they say he's the guy. Okay. So that means he's destined for something great, right? Well, then all of a sudden, Elijah Wood shows up, and he's the guy, right? He's not the guy. I'm the guy. And I remember when I first saw this, I'm like, no, you're Frodo. Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and yes, I will be reviewing the original Lord of the Rings trilogy next month during Birth Month. So look for those, because those are part of my growing up and my teenage years. But anyway, so then we got the guy. He goes, I'm going to lead you to level 5. And then he dies. Loses all of his lives, which were fucking a lot. And he dies. So now they're like, oh, well, I guess Junie's the guy. And then that never comes back again. There's no importance to being the guy in this. It starts like it's going to be a big deal. Like, oh, the guy is the one that's going to lead them. And you know, it's not going to be Junie. And then Frodo comes along. You're like, okay, here we go. Dies right away. Oh, no, I guess you're the guy again. And it's just like, what was the point of this? And it never comes back. And I got to point out the repetitiveness. Because this is repetitive. 3 movies in a row. The villain becomes an ally. I guess we'll get to that. I'm not there yet. The climax has them going back to the real world. Find out Grandpa released the toy maker back to the real world, which, look, okay, so Junie gets this lifeline where he gets to choose anyone he wants. He chooses this wheelchair-ridden grandpa for then a little pill thingy to pop up and he can give him a exosuit to walk, but it's a video game, so he should just be able to walk anyway, but I digress. And And Grandpa happens to be the one that put the toy maker in there 30 years ago. But, I'm sorry. Out of all those people, you pick Grandpa. What about Machete? You pick Machete! What is wrong with you? You want someone who can kick ass? You pick Machete! You do not pick Grandpa or Daddy or Mommy. You pick Machete! What's wrong with you, Junie? Machete! 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 Sure, this version of Machete is just a gadget maker. But come on. Tap into that Rodriguez verse. Do some hacking. You get the rated R Machete, and he cuts off the toy maker's head. Take that, motherfucker. See? That's what you needed. That Machete. But no, we get Grandpa. And in the end, we have this... Everyone shows up to fight these robots. I mean, everyone. You get Gregorio, Ingrid, Grandma, Grandpa's already there. You get somebody ring the dangster. Bill Paxton back as Dinky Winks, and his actual son plays Dinky Jr. You got Gary and Gertie. The Giggles are there, Donegan and his wife, and you get Romero and Floop and Minion. And they're all there because they're family. As Vin Diesel would say, family. And so, yes, they're all there because they're family. And that's hurting my throat, actually. Family. Do it one more time. They're there because they're family. I really gotta stop. Family. Okay. Anyway, they're there because they're family. Do it one more time. And they fight the robots. And Grandpa says, lead the toy maker to me. And he goes up there. And he doesn't fight him. He talks to him. And I am sorry for putting you in the game. And then they're just cool. Everybody puts their hands in and they go, family. They actually do family. I'm like, family. And yeah. 3 movies in a row where the villain just becomes an ally. Floop and Minion. Donegan is once again working for the OSS, which tell me that logic. And now the toy maker. Now I don't remember the 4th one that much, but I don't think it goes that way. I don't think so. I don't remember. But yeah, it's kind of stupid. But this movie is stupid. And it's the one I watched the most because of my brother. Because he's annoying. PG. I always thought the first one was G, but you know, it's Rodriguez, so I gotta say, this is actually not bad. Some of the 3D stuff, okay, so you get the 3D glasses with this, not this one, but the one that we had came with the 3D glasses. And I've never liked 3D because it doesn't work for me. If you haven't noticed, I have a lazy eye, right? So I can't get the 3D glasses to work with my lazy eye. Every time I try, I have to go cross-eyed, and I can't hold the cross-eyed for the whole damn movie. And so I either see just red or blue, or an amalgamation, but never the 3D. I never get it to work. That's why I like to go into the theaters and they have those one glasses that are just clear and you put them on and it works better. Although our theater here sucks with 3D anyway. I saw Captain America the Winter Soldier in 3D. Meh. I think the best 3D movie experience I ever had, and it pains me to say this because I hate the fucking movie, and that's the Polar Express. I'm sorry. I hate that movie. I don't like it because every single character in there, except for maybe Santa Claus, is Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks voices all the characters, even Santa Claus, I guess. And then the little kid is the narrator, is the kid version of the narrator, who's Tom Hanks. So it's blah. I never really cared for that movie anyway. But anyway, back to Spy Kids 3. This movie is fine. I think I like it better than 2. Because there's not as much piss me off other than the retcon at the beginning. This is still pretty good. So I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. I enjoy this. So 8 out of 10. Before I go, I want to mention I'm doing these in release order. So next, I will not be doing Spy Kids 4, but it'll be Shark Boy and Lava Girl, because that's the next one that was released. Because I'm doing all these movies as one series. Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl, they'll be in the playlist. So this is the next one I'll be doing. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But it's the next one in the lineup. So yeah. So, until then, let me know in the comments below what you think of Spy Kids 3. Game over. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. We'll see you in the next one.